My name is Andy Parker, and this is my wife, Barbara. And just a few months ago, our beautiful daughter, Allison, was shot and killed on live television while she was simply doing her job. Now, you might expect a proud dad to say this, but believe me, she was a bolt of lightning. She was caring and ambitious. She was a terrific athlete, a dancer, and what we in the paddling community, and I know probably some of you out here are paddlers too, she was a badass kayaker. She had her dream job, working as an anchor and a reporter. She loved her family, and she was deeply in love with her boyfriend, Chris. And she died in love with life. There's not a single day that goes by that we don't feel the devastation and void in our souls. We joined a club that for too many Americans are part of when they have a loved one lost to gun violence. Those who joined in the aftermath of Sandy Hook nearly 3 years ago, and Roseburg, and after San Bernadino, and after the shooting you never even heard of because it doesn't make the headlines. For us, we decided the best way to honor Allison's life was to fight to make a difference. We promised to do whatever it takes to prevent gun violence, enact better gun laws, and support candidates for public office who support gun violence prevention. Just what you all in Oregon have done. So we rolled up our sleeves and we got to it. We joined a survivors group and we started speaking to friends and family, neighbors, and even strangers who have later become friends about why gun violence prevention is so important and how together we can work together to end gun violence in this country. Virginia and Oregon may be across the country from one another, but our goals are the same as if we were right next door. Time and time again, we see and hear the same devastating news. Another mother, father, brother, sister, child, friend taken by senseless gun violence in this country. All whose families are now forced to endure the pain and unending sorrow that will never end. And just last week in San Bernadino, we watched the horror as the largest mass shooting since Sandy Hook unfolded right before our eyes. This is why we have joined all of you to keep fighting for better laws that will help save lives from gun violence. Oregonians, you guys are serving as an example to the rest of this country, and I will take home your message back to Virginia. Now, there has been progress in this country, even in Virginia, home of the NRA, where last month, with the help of my governor, Terry Mcauliffe, who is an absolute champion like you, Governor Brown, and in fact, I'm sure he would probably ask that we could borrow your legislature to come to Richmond and to start the General Assembly. But we did actually help elect a pro-gun safety candidate to our Senate just this past month. Listen, we know this is a marathon. It's not going to happen overnight, but this issue is finally in the national conversation. Just a couple of years ago, no politician would have touched this subject, and look what's happening. Yeah, it's in the conversation. It's what I call change. Our work with the moms in every town has just begun. And as we walk together today, it'll serve as a symbol of us standing side by side and doing whatever it takes to end gun violence. As we walk together, we will prove to the gun lobby and political leaders that we will be loud, we will be visible, and we will never stop fighting to keep our families and our communities and our country safe from gun violence. We're not going away. Now, the weekend before she died, Allison was wrapping on the Nantahala River in North Carolina with Barbara, her boyfriend Chris, her close friend Katie, and me. It was her favorite place on earth. And as paddlers, when we were on a river and we were approaching a dawning rapid, we would always remind each other to paddle through it, paddle through that big wave. As long as all of us keep paddling together, we will punch through it and we will prevail. We have moved the needle, the tide is turning. Keep paddling with us, folks, and let's do whatever it takes. Thank you so much.